Here's a Reekin Havoc power play.
Huntsville went 1-2 this past weekend, starting with a 2-0 loss at Knoxville on Friday. The scoreboard went untouched until the Ice Bears slipped one in at 13:03 into the third period. An empty net goal followed at 19:37 for the final tally. The Havoc totaled 16 penalty minutes to the home team's 10. Dyson Skinner took the loss, stopping 36 of 37 shots on goal. Huntsville attempted 28. Saturday's Melissa George night at the BBC came down to a shootout that went the good guys' way, 4-3. Phil Elgstam scored first in the game at the 9:12 mark with the assist from Cole Gulka and Jackson Camp. Josh Kestner logged his 13th goal of the season at 2:19 of the second, assisted by Matt Allen and Frank Trezera. Trezera got one of his own at 9:02, helped out by Lincoln Earn and Kevin Weaver-Vitale. Knoxville came back in the final frame to tie it up with two of their three goals coming on the power play. Overtime went by with no points. Austin Alger accounted for the winning goal in the shootout. Brian Wilson got the win, saving 35 of 38. Huntsville was hit for 46 penalty minutes to the Ice Bears 28. Alger, Trezera, and Kestner were the three stars of the game. After a day off, the Havoc went down 65 for an MLK Day tangle in Pelham that resulted in a 6-3 loss. The Bulls scored first at 10:20 before Gio Procopio answered 22 seconds later. Two more Birmingham goals came in the second period at 3:03 and 5:47. Then Camp found the net at 10:31 with Alger and new acquisition Gary Lindbergh lending a hand. The Bulls scored again at 16:26. Elgstam, Connor Galloway, and Alger wasted little time with a score 55 seconds into the third on the power play, but that was all Huntsville could muster. The Bulls slipped two more in at 7:26 and again on an empty net at 19:27. Wilson was slapped with a loss, rejecting 32 of 37 attempts. The Havoc collected 43 penalty minutes to Birmingham's 39.
The Reekin Havoc Podcast.
Time now for the Huntsville Havoc Pick of the Pack, a weekly spotlight.
Head coach Stuart Steffen.
Frank Trezera, number 44. Picked him up this year. He was in Peoria to start the year. Got released, and then we picked him up. He was a guy actually we had here in training camp a couple years ago, so we were familiar with his game, and at the time we needed a player and kind of liked how he played too. He's a very direct player, always going to play hard. His work ethic's there. We're going to put pucks in, get after it on the forecheck, going to go stand in front of the net, and he's come in and he's scored some big goals for us since he's been here too, so he's just a guy that we can kind of rely on, and he's again another guy that he's going to stick up for his teammates. Last game got in a fight in Birmingham trying to get the guys going too, so I think just all around good team guy, and always fits seamlessly into the locker room too. I know the guys love him, so he's been a good pickup this year, and just I really like his style of play.
The Reekin Havoc Podcast will be right back.
If you'd like to find a way to a healthier, more flexible you, look no further than Stretch Zone, practitioner-assisted stretching to help you achieve your wellness goals. The Stretch Zone method will help you gently and gradually increase your active range of motion with an approach tailored specifically to your needs. From basic back stretching exercises to sciatic nerve stretches, give them a try with a free 30-minute session. Stretch Zone, locations in Athens, Madison, Huntsville, Decatur, and Rogersville. Visit them on Facebook or online at stretchzone.com.
One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
My name is Joel, and I came to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in December of 1987 to be treated for osteosarcoma, which is bone cancer. We didn't know anything about St. Jude. We didn't know what they meant, or that, when we got here, what we would do, how it would be taken care of. And when we arrived, we found out that my family wasn't going to have to pay for any of my treatment, not for my medicine, not for travel, not for housing, not for food. St. Jude was going to cover all that. St. Jude supported me in every way, from, taking that financial burden off my parents to making sure that all of my family was included in this time. St. Jude literally means everything to me. I get to go home to my family tonight. I get to cook dinner for them. That's what you're giving. You are giving us everything by supporting St. Jude, so thank you so much.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
For those returning from military service, the transition back to civilian life isn't always easy. Retired Marine Gunnery Sergeant Bill Cook talks about still serving veterans.
The mission of still serving veterans is to serve and honor veterans and their families by empowering them to build meaningful lives. And we do that through connecting to fulfilling careers, getting the benefits they deserve, or the services that they need. We have never charged anybody anything for our services. A group of business leaders in town felt there was a need to help the seriously wounded make that transition back into civilian life. Employment services, VA benefits, and connections to other community services. That's what we do. If you're a veteran and you need help, please get a hold of us. Go to that website, ssv.org, and you can find out pretty much anything you need to know about still serving veterans.
In Huntsville, call 256-883-7035.
This is Mike Dellaverne, and you're listening to the Reekin Havoc podcast.
Austin Alger still holds the team points lead with 32, split evenly between 16 goals and 16 assists, both also at the top of the Havoc stats. League-wise, he's fourth in points, third in goals, and eighth in assists. Huntsville holds their second-place points position in the SPHL, 7 points behind Peoria. Saturday's Melissa George night raised $122,000 for the NICU unit at Huntsville Hospital. We mentioned defenseman Gary Glenberg as a new acquisition earlier. The East Aurora, New York native has had experience in the SPHL with Knoxville, Macon, Fayetteville, Peoria, and Roanoke before landing here in the Rocket City. Forward Connor Galloway has been called up to the ECHL's Atlanta Gladiators. In his 23 games played in Huntsville, he has 18 points, 7 goals, and 11 assists. He had played 47 games in Atlanta last season. This weekend's schedule includes 2 road games at Fayetteville. One change, though. Saturday's game has been moved to 1 o'clock due to the weather forecast. All Havoc tickets are digital and can be accessed through a mobile device. Go online to huntsvillehavoc.com and under the Tickets tab, click on Mobile Ticketing. Keep in mind, too, that the VBC is a cashless venue. Concession stands or bars will not accept cash, and Chuck-a-Puck purchase is only available online. Go to the Fan Zone tab at huntsvillehavoc.com and click on Auctions Powered by Dash. Be aware of the VBC's clear bag only policy for Havoc games. This includes no clutch purses, fanny packs, and diaper bags. Exceptions to the policy will be made for all medically necessary items after proper inspection. For more information, plus a list of prohibited items, go to huntsvillehavoc.com and under the Fan Zone tab, click Security. Remember, if you're a season ticket holder, doors will open at 5:30 p.m. and remain open until puck drop. You can enter through the doors in the hallway adjacent to the Havoc front office and VBC box office.
Do you have an idea for the Reekin Havoc podcast? Email us at reekinhavoc@outlook.com. That's REEKIN havoc@outlook.com. Send a Facebook message to the Reekin Havoc page or leave us a voicemail or text at 256-434-RKKN. That's 256-434-7556.
In June of 2005, our twin girls were delivered, Melissa and Ann Catherine, and they were born 14 weeks early.
Amy and Chris George talk about the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund.
They both weighed less than 2 pounds. Ann Catherine was 115 and Melissa was 1'9". Melissa lived for a couple of hours, but all of the medical technology in the world just could not have saved her, and she passed away while she was in the NICU. Chris realized pretty early that God had given us a platform that we could use to try to help people. So Chris and I started the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund at Huntsville Hospital.
To know that Melissa's name is living on, her legacy continues, and I think that was very important to Amy and I, is why the fund is named after her. Because for 7 weeks, Melissa fought so that Aunt Catherine would have a chance to live. And I think that we wouldn't be doing her name any justice if we didn't carry on, because we know we wanted to honor her and honor her legacy. And the community, Huntsville Havoc, the community in Huntsville itself, they've rallied around that. And it's been a wonderful support system for us And I think for a lot of families too, when they see total strangers that are giving.
We're online at HuntsvilleHospitalFoundation.org. Click on the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund and you can give that way.
There's no donation that's too small, and every dollar is just as important as the next one. And if you're giving, then we understand you're giving because you care. And that's what's important, is that we've learned over the years that people give because they care.
And you can volunteer. If you're interested in that, you can click on the volunteer tab to fill out an application. We are grateful for any type of support because we know that once we pull those dollars together, we can do big things.
For more information on the Melissa George Neonatal Memorial Fund, visit HuntsvilleHospitalFoundation.org.
For tickets, official Huntsville Havoc merchandise, and more, go to HuntsvilleHavoc.com. Visit our website at ReekinHavoc.com. Look for us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and Threads. And listen, follow, and subscribe to the Reekin Havoc podcast on your favorite platform to keep up with the only weekly podcast covering the Huntsville Havoc, the Reekin Havoc podcast.